recording this now on Monday, September 11th, 2023. I'm your host, Aaron Smith. I hope you and yours as well, and that you're having a great day to the start of this new week. Alright, since we got all that bullshit out of the way, so it is 9/11, and it's a very somber day. It's a very sad day. Despite whatever political ideologies or conspiracies or whatever you feel, it is a really bad day. And I'm going to briefly get into that and tell you my own personal 9/11 story. Sorry about that. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. And we're back. A little slight delay there. And just gonna, talk about it a little bit, not dwelling in too much. It seems like anybody knew someone or somebody that lost somebody that day. And, a lot of activities here. As everybody knows who listens to me in the show, I am in New York City. I live in New York City. So, those things probably have been done already. Those festivities have been done in the morning. It's a little after 1 o'clock here when I'm recording. So, going to get into that, like I said. But I like a few announcements. The first thing is I have been invited to a podcast festival, if you will. And it should be a lot of fun. It's produced and hosted by a good friend of mine. Her name is Yuri Roman. She also has a podcast and TV show called Your Spotlight After Show. It's also been recorded and performed here in New York City on local stations. You can check her out. Her Instagram is Roman Epic Productions, and she's a good friend, and I appreciate the opportunity, and I thank her for that. So definitely check it out if you're in the city. It's on a Saturday, September 30th, 2023, at the Producers Club, 358 West 44th Street, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come out, have a good time. They got a lot of great podcasts, including myself, and it should be a lot of fun. Get your tickets now on her Instagram, Roman Epic Productions, or you can check it out definitely at my Instagram. The link is in the bio. If you don't have my Instagram already, it's the Aaron Smith. That's TheAaronSmith, all one word, Instagram. Yo, that was a mouthful, but we got through it, right? All right. So, also for those listening on certain podcast channels, I have been told that certain channels are even being shut off or being converted. It's all happening at one time. It's too many to keep up with. It's too many to discuss at this point. So I just put it like this. If you have any updates or any things, the links that happen to my show, please check out my Instagram, my social media. Like I said, Instagram, the Aaron Smith. I'm also on Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. That's also the Aaron Smith. And I always update my things, and you can always check me out on Facebook at Aaron L. Smith as well. I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know how they're doing it, but that's the only way to keep updated with my shows via social media. I haven't really done my YouTube in a while either. I know I have to get back to that. But you can also check out all my older videos at the Aaron Smith on YouTube, or you could just type in my name on YouTube, Aaron Smith, or Aaron Smith Can't Lose on YouTube. You just put it in the search button. You click in, you pop right in your face. Check out all my old videos, new videos to come as well. All right, now we got that out the way. So usually I say what's happening or what's going on within my life, and it's the same stuff, different day. And the last podcast, I just bled my heart to you. I opened my heart to you, said who I am and how I am and how I stand, and I'm gonna keep doing that. I wish well to everybody, and you and yours. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes, you got to deal with individuals who are unsavory, and they just want to mess with you, and they want to, for whatever reason, however reason, and some of these people are just disgusting. But we gotta sometimes think better and do better. It's hard. Trust me. I'm the most patient, impatient person I know, and it can be frustrating, dealing with certain situations, certain people, and it could be as quietly a pain in the ass, but we get through it. Also celebrated a birthday a couple weeks ago. I turned a big 40. That's right, 40. That's an accomplishment for me, especially being, a black man in America. A lot of guys, especially in our race, our persuasion, don't make that. So that's a blessing within itself. And I just grateful for God keeping me here another year, another trip around the sun, if you will. And it feels pretty damn good to make it to 40. So here's to that 40 and beyond, and keep it on moving. But what really gets me about that is that that's the sad reality, that most people do not make that age, whether they're male or female. And, we gotta do better. Honestly, it's gotta do better. I know there's a lot of crap going on, especially out here in the city. And, those who have families, I got a family. I put them first, obviously. I put God, obviously, first, and, my family. And I do my best with that. But, no one's perfect. But, like I said, do what you can, keep it trucking, do your best, and always trust God first. And my other problem I have is my good buddy that I don't know, my best friend doesn't know I exist, the mayor, Eric Adams. I talk about him a lot because like I said, this guy, I don't know what his problem is, but it seems to me that he wants to do things a certain way, and those who work with him, or let's say in the same state, because we have a governor too, obviously, with this migrant situation, and it's just getting worse day by day. And he's basically put his foot in his mouth again and said, oh, this is going to destroy the city, and we're going to go broke, and we get a $12 billion deficit. And the short answer to that is, well, maybe you should keep bringing them here. Maybe cut it off. You know, I don't know if he has control over that. I know that's above his pay grade, but maybe it's time to cut it off. Whoever's in control of that, you know. I don't know if it's governor or president or whatever the fuck. But he kind of put his foot in his mouth months ago when he said he welcomes the city with open arms to the migrants. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, everybody's like I heard this thing. Oh, everybody's an immigrant, and oh, we all the same, and all that stuff. I said, yeah, until it's not. I said it's convenient for to say that until you're in that situation or until you have to deal with it directly, and indirectly we all are dealing with this shit. You know, I know they got families and the kids. I feel for them. My heart bleeds for them. But you know what? You gotta take care of your own first. And on the other side, you know, with these Republicans, you got Curtis Lever. You got him. And basically, what is he doing? What is he doing? He's out there protesting, marching, getting arrested, you know. And what good is that gonna do? You know, I'm all for the right to do that and all that, but what is it really gonna do? There's gotta be some common ground, some solution, and we're gonna deal with this for a bit. And I hope to pray to God that me and my family and I should say, sorry, we get out of here, because New York is just the worst right now, and it's only going to get worse, and that's unfortunate. And everybody has to deal with it. Talking about cutting programs and budgets and all that. Like, that's not the way to do things. We don't do things like that. But he is, and you know, like everybody else, I'm having buyer's remorse for voting for this guy. And he just seemed to be the worst. And it's like collectively across the board, whether you're on one side or the other, this guy has stepped on everybody's toes. And I think he's on his way out, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of things to do with that. You obviously have to go through a process to remove him and all this other stuff. Otherwise, you have to wait till the next election to vote him out. But by that time, the damage will be done. So, who knows? Gotta tighten your belts and get the grind out, stick your chest out, and handle it for now. I know it sucks, but that just seems to be what the case is. And yeah, it's fucked up. Like, since he doesn't care, you know, everybody has to take care of their own, what they've been doing. Like, it's obvious that everybody has to handle themselves. So, whatever the fuck. Like, we already knew that it was going to mess up the city. We already knew that it was going to cost money. We already knew that it was going to cause lingering damage financially to the city. We already knew that. Like, tell us something we don't know. You know, make it make sense. And I try not to be political, but if it's in your face and you see it all day on TV, you know, what the fuck, you know? Like, whatever. Anyway. But, you know, what's some lighter side of the news, I guess. I don't know what is lighter of it, you know. Fall's coming up. I guess it'll be a little cooler. Maybe things will calm down. People are excited for that, I guess. School has returned to the city. People and the children has gone to the back to school. I believe that was Thursday. Last week they started. And what tickles me is that I live across the street from a school, and we hear the kids going in to school, and these loud ass parents with their car doors and shit, running their fucking dick lickers and whatnot. You know, it's very loud. Like, I get it. You know, you don't want to be up in the morning taking your child to school, but you gotta. I know I'm going to have to deal with that when my daughter gets older. So, what the fuck, you know? But, you know, these people around here, like noise, like to be noisy for whatever reason, you know. I consider it um, dumb, if you will. Like, you know, if you're in a certain neighborhood, if you're around certain people, and you act a certain way, nothing's going to change that. So you do one or two things. You deal with it because financially you are not able to move or something like that, which seems to be the case with a lot of people. And, we're working on that and our way up. Or the fact is you find a way out, which we're going to do anyway, and eventually get out of here. Because, yeah, if it's going to keep going this way and it's going to keep happening this way and nothing's getting done about it, and you're the only one that got to help into the situation anyway, might as well keep it moving. But until then, you handle it. And you do what you best you can do to keep your family calm and safe and relaxed to the best of your ability. Because I got some dickhead neighbors. I mean, scumbags. Like straight asshole, if you will. Excuse my language, God forbid. And the loud music and the barking dogs and Latin and people, like, real, like, stupid shit, But like I said, I was telling my wife the other day, I said, look, they've been doing this before we got here, and they gonna keep doing it when we not here. So we just gonna make ourselves comfortable as we can and keep it moving. It's not every day. It's about almost every day, every other week, in between time, whatnot. But when it happens, it's the worst. I mean, it's bad enough when you pray for rain or for it to be cold or have bad weather just for it to be quiet out. And even then, people be outside. Mental. I said it once, I said it before. Mental. The pandemic and even a little before that, you notice a change in people's attitudes and how people became a little bit more douchey, or what, if you will, full of themselves and about themselves. And that's what you want to do. That's perfectly fine. Self-preservation is the key. But when you affect others and you do things and make others feel uncomfortable or intolerable just because you want to enjoy yourself, then you're an asshole. There's no way about it. You're an asshole. Straight up. But, sometimes it's conflicting, and sometimes like, is it that serious? I say to myself, and I'll be like, not really, but sometimes when you're tired and you're frustrated and you're coming home from work and you got a baby that's trying to sleep or a wife is trying to sleep that's going through things and changes and stuff, yeah, you're a human being and you get pissed off. But you don't act on those things. Or you try your best not to. And that's what I've been doing. So, shout out to everybody in the grind, holding their own, whether you single, married, man, woman, child, beast, holding it down. My heart goes out to you, Just keep in the grind, keep doing what you're doing, because it's rough out here, and it ain't gonna get any better. So, you just gotta stick your chest out and handle it the best you can. And when you can't handle it, you just gotta lean on God, man, because that's what I've been doing. Like, straight up. And I'm not perfect, to say the least. I'm really not. And being as this is the last season of my podcast, like I said, I'm gonna just wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And whether you disagree or not, which is perfectly fine, this is America. You're entitled to your opinion. You can agree to disagree or not. But that's just what it is. And that's how it's going to be. Can you dig it? And yeah. So, moving along. And it's just, it just tickles me how, people go about everyday life and, are either oblivious to the fact that shit is going on or don't care to know what's going on. Those are the people that I can't mess with, because those are the type of folks that are either can do something about it or choose not to do something about it. And that's the case. If you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. And that here lies New York City. And that here lies with the government of New York City and the people who run this government. And that's their issue. And the community leaders and the people who go ahead and just sit on the sidelines and try to make it look like everything's okay. It really isn't. It really is not. Like, it is, but it really isn't. And that here lies the problem. And I've grown to be mature over the years. Like, I have moments and outbursts, and sometimes you gotta say what you gotta say. Let certain people know that you're not gonna tolerate, their BS, or you're not gonna go and lay down. As long as it is non-threatening, or as long as you bring your point across to make it like they're letting people know that that's not how things gonna go down, then I'm all for that. Because violence or threats of violence should be the last option. It shouldn't really be no option, but some people do it anyway. And that is what it is. I choose not to do that. I consider that my very last option, even in the case I think 3 times about it, because I think about my daughter, my wife. It's not about me anymore. Everything I do affects them. So I have to think twice about that. And I already done stupid shit last year and then this year. And, I had to sweep up and clean that up. So I'm trying to do my best to do that. If it happens, I do what I gotta do to make sure that it doesn't affect them too much. I'm sorry, not at all, or as much as I can. But you get it. I know the people, the real motherfuckers, they get it. Yeah. So, whew. Like I said, this is Aerosmith Can't Lose. Off the top of my head, getting things off my chest. I appreciate the people that listen to the podcast. Appreciate those that continue to listen, like, share, follow on all my Instagram, my Twitters, my Facebook, The Aaron Smith, all on all social medias. Once again, check me out and other great podcasts. We got a great lineup at the New York City Indie Podcast Festival. That's Saturday, September 30th, 2023 at the Producers Club in Manhattan, New York City. 358 West 44th Street from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Like my good friend Yuri Roman is doing the podcast and hosting as well. So you said you could check us out on her Instagram, which is Roman Epic Productions, or you can also check it out on my social media as well, as I said before, on The Aaron Smith on IG. I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you all for checking me out. Until next time, people, I'm out.